Ko Takitimu te waka, ko Ngāti Kahungunu te iwi, ko Samuel Runga te papa, ko Phyllis Runga te mama, tōku mama, ko Brody Runga tōku ingoa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Okay, so firstly, look, I'm not going to introduce myself as an addict. You'll never hear me introduce myself as an addict. I consider my lived experience with substances as relationships I was having with substances. Those relationships were affecting the relationship I was having with myself, with others around me, and the world around me. And vice versa, that those relationships affected my relationships with substances, but I don't consider myself an addict. If I look from a recovery college framework, yes, I was presenting with high problem severity. Polysubstance abuse disordered, over a decade of IV meth use, over a decade of psychotic disordered experiences, and unresolved grief issues. So that's one aspect of what I was struggling with. On the other hand, I was also presenting with high recovery capital. I managed to find a supportive peer support network through the county's Manukau AOD Consumers Network. I had support from my parents. I always had a strong belief in my own potential. I get self-determination and resiliency. I had a mental health clinical team around me. I guess that the key thing is I was also prepared to take 100% ownership of my own recovery journey. I finally got to a point where I thought, I want more out of life than this. So that was about maybe 10 years ago now when I really kind of thought, yeah, I want more out of life than this, and decided to implement some changes. So I started shifting my kind of relationships with substances. That's kind of where I started from. I've done my recovery in the community. So I've done my recovery kind of outside of the box of traditional treatment. And so I'll kind of, sometimes I'll refer to the treatment sector as a box. I've also got a metaphor I'll speak to later on involving lawnmowers, but I guess for me that the decade of psychotic disorder and struggling with IV meth use, it was also a very, very creative period in my life, and so was the coming and shifting those relationships. So it was a journey of self-discovery and creativity. So once again, some of the key aspects of that journey: the ownership, 100% ownership, support, belief in self, creativity, and relationships. I consider those as 5 kind of key aspects of that recovery journey. I kind of, as I shifted my relationship with the substances, relationships actually, I started, the relationship with myself and others in the world around me started shifting as well. And started coming, as I started coming home to myself, I kind of came to learn that the conditions that kind of, that I traditionally saw as barriers or struggles, that they were actually became the nutritions for my kind of, they become the nutritions for virtues, I guess, or spiritual principles, which kind of became a guiding compass for myself. So they're like virtues like wisdom, compassion, strong intuition, and a strong sense of knowing right from wrong. And so they very much helped kind of help me kind of create this new sense of self. So that's a little bit about my journey. I'm not going to go too much into more than that, but I guess last year I saw David Bester at Cutting Edge one of his quotes, recovery doesn't happen within people, it happens between people. So yeah, I think if I look at the questions that were put to me, unmet need, where do I see the most unmet need? Look, this morning my taxi didn't turn up. So as I was walking here, I walked past about 6 people that had been sleeping rough. Look, I gave all my cash I had on me to the first person, so I know of at least 5 others where there's like high unmet need. I guess, you know, people with high problem severity and low recovery capital, that's where the highest unmet need is, right? So I'm looking at it from a recovery capital framework. Where's the most opportunity for prevention? The people with low problem severity and low recovery capital. What would I like to see happen about this? We need to start thinking outside of the box. We need to start building recovery capital. We need to start building that recovery capital inside community and within communities. Obviously, you know, look, more money wouldn't go astray for the sector. You know, we need to restabilise that sector in the workforce. But we also need to start thinking outside of the box. We need to be innovative, and we need sensible law reform. Lived expertise. We need lived expertise within the sector. We need lived expertise to help build that recovery capital. So back to my metaphor about lawnmowers, right, in the sector. So I was at a workshop yesterday. Some NGO providers preparing for the inquiry, and there's a strong message around we need more rehabs. We need more. We need more rehabs. And I was thinking, well, I don't know, like if I had a lawnmower that only mowed like 10% of the grass that I pushed it over, I probably wouldn't go out and buy 10 more of those lawnmowers. I'd probably start exploring other options. So, yeah, kia ora. Thank you.